Hi everyone, it's Diane from Boho Stamper, and this is Paper Crafting Fun on a Friday, which means that the products I use today aren't necessarily all Stampin' Up products, which is the case today. I like to use Fridays and maybe pull out stamp sets or products that I've gotten and not either had a chance to use or maybe only used them once or twice or loved it and kept saying, oh, I was going to do that again and I didn't. That's what this stamp set is actually today. I don't think that I ever used it. This came in a kit. It was called a Big Hello kit, and I think it was from Simon Says Stamp. And it included, oh, I had a bunch of stuff. Actually, one of the stamp sets I can't even find, and I know I've never used it yet. But it included this Big Hello with some floral designs and some great herb planters, and this will be the next card, probably next Friday, because I need a couple birthday cards, but this one needs to go first. There are some coordinating dies. There's a butterfly stamp on the one we're going to use today, and there is a die for that butterfly, so I will have to shake the table up a little bit there when we die cut. And it also had a heart stencil that we've used several times for Valentine's Day, and it had some coordinating paper. But I'm going to use today, oh, I guess I better put this up here for a minute, and I'll put up my shopping code. Well, it's Stampin' Up. So if you're looking for the paper and ink and stuff that I'm using today, that'll be Stampin' Up. May already. Happy May, yeah. But the stamp set is Gina K, and I'm going to link Gina K designs below that you can get to the stamp set because it is still available. So if you do like this big hello on here, or the flowers, or the little herb planters, you'll be able to get to that. I know Stampin' Up has a nice succulent planter stamp set, but I have this one, so I'm going to play with it. And like I said, I need a couple of birthday cards. So you can find my information at diane@bohostamper.com. Bohostamper.com is my website, and I try to update that with specials and information. I have some beginners card making classes starting May 24th, and those are on my Facebook page, but I do need to add that to my website. I might do it this week. I only hadn't done it because I had just recently put a video on my website, and if I add another post, it's going to knock that video down. So people might not see it. So anyways, this was Happy Herbs, Happy Herb Dies, and it came from the Big Hello kit. So if you happen to have that, that's what this is from. And like I said, I'll link it. I'm using Stampin' Up! New Orchid Oasis paper and ink on this today. I already set this up because I wasn't sure how I wanted my layout to be. So rather than have you struggle through watching all of that, because that took a few minutes, believe me. And I'm going to use my Stamparatus today because we're going to heat emboss. And I think, and I'm hoping, that when I click on the one little microphone here, it's going to mute it so you won't have to listen to the heat gun since it's very loud. So I used my Stamparatus and I laid this all out. I did stamp it on the grid paper behind so I could see if my hello was straight, and I got that all straightened up there. This is the old Embossing Buddy. You can use any anti-static powder that you have, or maybe just a little brush with some cornstarch, and just go over your paper. This is going to help keep the embossing powder from sticking where you don't want it to stick. I have the little butterfly stamp, and I just set it off to the side because we're going to try something a little different with him. And if it doesn't work, then I'll just make a new one. And I'm stamping all of this, or inking all of my stamps up with Versamark ink. Versamark is just sort of a clear, sticky ink. And I don't know if I'm making a mistake by trying to do all these stamps at once. But when I try to do stamping of different images more than one time, I end up over stamping and making shadows and stuff. So I tried to lay this all out so that I could have all of my pieces together. I'm heat embossing it all in white, so it wasn't a matter of using two different colors. I think the white embossing powder is going to look very pretty on the Orchid Oasis. And I do see where I've missed a lot of my stamps. So let's do a second. That's why a Stamparatus is wonderful, because I can go back in and stamp again. Maybe that's in the way. And now I've just stuck my two magnets together, which means I'll have to pinch my fingers to get it off of there. I'm horrible with those. Oh, I'm shaking. Sorry. I forgot. I told you, I realized watching one of my videos the one day how much I actually shake the table when I do things like this, and I hadn't really paid attention to that before, so I'm trying to be more careful. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. I hope you learned something or get inspired. Oh, it still isn't coming out there. What's going on? I need you right here. Why am I not getting that section? And if you're returning to my channel, I'm glad you're back. What did I miss up here too? Maybe it's my big magnet that's in the way. And thanks for all of the likes and thumbs up and little comments that you've left for me. I appreciate that. It does help. So thanks a bunch. Yep, so like I said, I have a couple of birthday cards that I need for May. See, that little magnet, which is broken off of something, doesn't hold my paper down good. But did I get everything this time? No, I still didn't get on my H. Oh, if I double stamp over my H, I'm going to make a mess. Let's hope this is all in there. I don't usually have this problem. Oh, you know what? Did I not put my... Oh, no. That's probably my fault. I think I forgot to put my foam pad back in my Stamparatus after I used red rubber stamps in there. That would have made it work a lot better. I'm still missing part of my H, so let's add and fingers crossed now. That I stamp it straight. These are the magnets that come with the Stamparatus. Oh, no, I have too much in there. I left the paper pad underneath. Can't get it straight today, can I? What was I saying? Oh, wait, I have two in there. What? How did I do that? I didn't even realize I had to. Oh, look. Oh, because I bought this later. That's right. This is the one that comes in. I bought one that had a little grid pad on it. Oh, good grief. What a mess I'm making, huh? That's it. Yay! I forgot that I got that second little mat to put in there. And then, somewhere here, I have my white embossing powder, and I'm going to sprinkle it over my well-stamped Versamore images, just with white embossing powder. And I'm just doing this over a coffee filter so that I can shake all of the leftover back into my little pot. Oh, I should have covered up my Versamore. Shame on me. I don't want to get embossing powder on that. Let's just tap off the excess. And then if we have any little spots that have embossing powder that we don't want, just brush that off. Sorry, I'm concentrating. I don't want to wipe off my... That's better. I didn't want to brush off my lettering where I wanted the embossing powder to remain. Yeah, so how's everybody doing? We're doing good here. Staying busy. Hubby took me yesterday, well, I should say Sunday, because this actually is Monday that I'm doing my video for Friday. Anyways, he took me and got me some nice hanging ferns for the front porch as my Mother's Day gift, so that was kind of exciting. We got the new light for our entryway, so that will keep him busy for a while. All right, so I'm going to try to mute this so that I don't make you listen to all this loud noise from the heat tool, and we'll heat this up and see how this all embosses. And there we go. That came out all right. I have one little spot right there of embossing powder, but we are going to add a butterfly when we're done, so he might cover part of that up. So I forgot to give you the measurements. I'm using Orchid Oasis, and I've made a card base, which is half of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock that I have folded in half for a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch card base. And this is going to be a top folding landscape card. And then I have a piece of basic white that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. This is going to give me a tiny little orchid border. And then my top layer that I just embossed on was 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And here's how our card is going to turn out. And then my birthday message, I will stamp Orchid Oasis on the inside panel. But I do want to add a butterfly. I'm not a butterfly person, but I think that it will be cute, and that design of a butterfly is kind of nice with this floral design in the font. So I'm going to swap my, try not to shake the table. I'm going to swap my plastic tray out for my second one. And it doesn't really matter where I line this one up at because I'm going to die cut it. This is a new stamp. Like I said, I haven't used it yet. So, just make sure that there isn't any residue on my stamp from when it was packaged. Let me shake out my coffee filter here. To get any of the white, it doesn't matter because my the embossing stuff I want to use. This is another bottle of stuff that I've had forever. That's why I'm saying I don't know if this is going to work. This has some white embossing powder with little silver glitters in it. I would tell you who made it, but I don't have a clue. It's been in my little cart for a long time. There, I have a whole bunch of them. There's like 8 of them, I think. There's black and gold and copper and something else, and I don't know. I don't know what all the colors are. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this butterfly now with my Orchid Oasis ink. I have my embossing powder ready right beside me because while the ink is still wet, oh, darn it. I want to add my embossing powder. See, this is a little bit of grainier. This isn't really powder. It's almost like little crystals. And I guess it's not going to matter too much. It's the glittery part that I want on here so that my butterfly has a little bit of sparkle. I want him to have a little pizzazz. Well, I don't see any white on there, but I do see some glitter that's stuck. So we'll heat it up and see what it looks like. None of that gold stuff stuck to it. Oh, I gotta say it's pretty old. I don't know. I know there's been some discussion before about, oh, I didn't put my anti-static powder on there. There's been some discussion about whether embossing powders get old and don't work. I don't know. I mean, I have trouble sometimes with embossing powder, but I don't know if it's because it's old or are my expectations too high? There's a possibility of that. Okay, let's set this little guy aside, dump that powder back in. It has some pretty blue glittery speckles in here, kind of a purpley blue, which is what made me pull this little bottle out in the first place. That's how old it is. It's not even all fitting back in there. Okay. Oh, no, it's a bad girl again. I left my ink open. Okay, I'm going to mute you one more time and we will quickly dry this and see if the glitter sticks. It'll be a surprise for everybody. I think it did. I think it did stick. Okay. Yay. Happy surprise. Let me wipe the ink off my fingernail because, you know, when I'm closing my ink pads, I always stick my fingers in there. I'm just a weirdo like that. Okay. And then, where was that little butterfly die? And I'm trying to think, oh, washi. I don't have any, usually I stick the extra washi tapes on my camera pole here so they're easy to get a hold of, but I don't have any there. I'm trying to think what little gems or sparkles or whatever I have that I might be able to add to my card. Yeah, so my card making classes, like I said, if you're local, you might be interested. We'll make 3 cards. In our cards in May, we'll be using products from the new annual catalog that we just got from Stampin' Up. And actually, May 3rd, tomorrow, will be the first day that customers can order from that catalog. And as well as myself ordering some of the stamp sets that weren't available to us during pre-order. So I'll have to see which one I come up with to use at our first stamp class. I'll just run this little puppy through our cut and emboss machine. I shouldn't call it a puppy, it's a butterfly. Easy peasy. Move this back down out of the way. Hope I didn't shake you too bad. Oh, that's pretty. It has just a little bit of glitter stuck on there. That's okay. I mean, it's not something that can you even see the glitter? Maybe not on the camera. I don't know. And it's not something that I would probably use on like all of my Christmas cards, but for some small piece like this, like that's all right. I like it. And I'm going to add this to the front of my card with some dimensionals. So let's see. And once it's embossed, there really isn't a whole lot left other than to decorate. What about the little white matte dots? I know I have some purpley gemstones. They were out of they might have been out of this kit. I don't think so. I don't think this one had gemstone. Oh, popped it right off of there. I don't know if I wanted to use you. Being a little bit bold there, aren't you, little stone? Go back on there. I think there. Maybe I do want. Maybe it knew what it wanted, huh? It was telling me I had to use the matte dots. Okay. Grab some tape runner here, and we can start layering up my card. Yeah, that embossing on the dark color pretty much does all the decorating for us. We don't have to do very much. Doesn't need a whole lot more to fancy schmancy it up. Great. You know what I am going to do? There's some embossing powder, or the anti-static powder. I thought I had a microfiber cloth, which would work better, but my inky towel. Just wipe that powder off of there. be pretty for a Mother's Day card too, just to add some flowers around the edge like that. And then put your Mother's Day greeting on the inside, or your message that you want to send. Let me see, I have a couple, I think I want mini glue dots, so, or mini dimensionals. Sorry, we want to make this little butterfly stand out a bit. Oh, I forgot I trimmed my nails, and I have no nails to grasp anything with now. So, where's my little pokey tool? I know I took my take your pick tools over on the other side because I was working on my, in here, I was working on my little journal. There we go. And my take your pick tool comes in real handy when I'm when I'm making the holes for my pages to get sewn in, because I don't have an awl, and the take your pick tool has a nice strong point on it. I think I gotta cut a little piece. Sticky scissors. Let's cut a little piece for on the tail of that butterfly there. There we go. Yeah, if you need a last minute Mother's Day card, because that is upon us already, this would be great. Just do a little heat embossing of some florals on your background paper. Oops. Boy, I do miss my nails. And I didn't even trim them all the way short, but this is tough. I would, if I were using a darker paper like the Orchid or a deeper blue or something, I would probably emboss with white. And then if I was using we're going to emboss on a white background, I would use my darker embossing powders. You know, if you have some colors or black or copper, that would be pretty too. I love copper embossing powder. One of my favorites. And we'll just add some of these little white matte dots. As many or as few as you like. Wherever you like them. Try to use an odd number. I'm trying to look on the screen too. Sometimes it looks different on the screen. Here. I think down there, good. And so there's my happy birthday card using the Gina K Happy Herb set. And like I said, I'm going to link that below in case you are interested in searching for that stamp and die set. It's really very pretty. And next week, when I do my my other friend's birthday, I want to use these pots. I need to practice though, because I think I'm going to use my watercolor pencils. Not sure yet. That's why I need to practice that one. And in the meantime, I can get this one ready, stamp my message on the inside, and get that one in the mail. So, thanks for tuning in. Very easy card today, unless you're not used to heat embossing, but you see how easy it is to do. So don't be afraid to give that a try. And just pick a pretty background Your nice little greeting. If you don't have a big greeting like that, maybe you have one that you could stamp and die cut out and then layer it up. Yeah. Happy Mother's Day to all of you out there, and enjoy being with your family and your loved ones this weekend. And we'll see you again next week. Bye.